Welcome yourselves back to a new video. This isn't a profit or loss. However, a viewer reached out and asked if they could send me a laptop. The laptop was faulty, it doesn't power on. When the viewer took it back to the shop to say it wasn't working, I'm pretty sure they just gave him a new one. So the viewer asked me if I wanted the laptop along with the charger to see if I could repair it for content. And what better place to do that than a live stream? Usually on a Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday, I live stream over on Twitch and here on YouTube. I promise I'm not talking to myself. This was recorded on a stream, so I'm talking to the chat. In which case, I'll leave a link to my Twitch down below in the description. So feel free to follow me on that so you can see the streams, as well as hit the notification bell down below on YouTube so you can watch me there. Also, this format is extremely different to what I'm used to, so if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment down below. It's essentially learning on the job, like the noob I am. I've worked on a couple laptops, don't get me wrong. Could be absolutely horrendous, but it's what it's all about. So the basic things, if I'm right in thinking, is we need to check and make sure that we're getting voltage on our charger. I haven't even remotely looked at this yet. I don't know if it's got USB-C charging, but I know that we've got the standard 20 or 19 volt pin charger here. How do we do that? We're going to go black probe on the outside, and then on the inside, we're going to put the red one. We're going to see what we get. 19. You see that? So we have voltage on the charger. So charger's good. Now, this is the laptop. What do you think? Pretty good condition? I would say so, right? The model of this laptop specifically is 14CE0525SA. So we do have USB-C here. So I mean, another good thing to do would be to check and make sure, if the port itself is busted, then we'll be able to use USB-C as a separate way of charging it. However, not every single laptop that has USB-C you can charge by it. Sometimes it is just data. And what happens if you go ahead and put 19 volts into a data port, it's not good.
Just found your channel. Congrats on making it full time.
Thank you. Yeah, charging wise, we get nothing. You see that? Absolutely nada. Do we get anything? Yes, we don't have a charging light. I think personally this port down here, the USB-C port, is just data. So we get nothing. Nothing on the screen either. We have a couple of screws here, but I feel like HP, again, I've not touched this model of laptop, me very noob. I feel like there are going to be some screws under the feet. Oh, Mitchell says that the RAM is under the keyboard. Don't tell me that. We must have some screws. Look at that. There we go. So there's another screw here as well. So we only have, it's only 5 screws. Probably water damage, maybe. Maybe. So yeah, shout out to the viewer who sent me this. I don't know if they're joining the live stream. I did send them a message this morning basically saying that it's I am going to be live streaming this afternoon. And obviously thank you for sending it to me. There we go. There it is. Would you look at that? Any signs of anything really bad as soon as we've opened it up? What's our thought process here, chat? I'll tell you what the thought process is. Put a cloth down so I don't start scratching it. So it's going to be M.2, I'm assuming. So we've got the Wi-Fi card, we've got the RAM, we've got the battery, we've got the CPU with its tiny heatsink. I can't, there's no SSD here, so I don't know if the person took out the SSD or whether they have an M.2 on the back side of the board. I'm assuming the M.2 goes here because we have the screw, so it's compatible with M.2. I just don't know if it's SATA or NVMe. I'm going to say NVMe, but I could be wrong. But they kindly left us the screw in here. But I think the M.2's been taken, so I don't have an M.2 drive that I can use in this. The one that I did have, it's been used. But there is no SSD from what I can see. Again, unless there's another, it's very possible there's another connection on the back side of the board. You could potentially have it there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, oh, that clip is broken. You see that? Just down here. And I don't really know where that's for, to be honest. Okay, so I've taken the RAM out. I'm just going to see. I'm going to disconnect battery potentially real quick. Or I might just try and turn it on now without the RAM stick in and see what happens. Because usually we should get a beep if that's the case. If it's bad RAM, we should just get the laptop beep, make some funny noises. Screams even. I just want to see if that makes a difference at all. Do we get anything on the charging light? No, we don't. So it's not making any difference whatsoever. But we will put, oh, let's confirm what size the RAM is, by the way. It's 4 gig, so it's not too much at all. It's only 4 gig. Right, so battery's been taken out. I'm just seeing if there's anything that looks bad. Doesn't look it. And it looks like the CMOS is on the other side. But it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Let's put it that way. Putting it back in to see if a good old battery reset. Off and on sort of scenario situation that we've got going on. Because why not? It's good to try these sorts of things. Nothing here. See if anything else is happening. No charge light from what I can see. Okay, so I'm gonna take the battery off now. Good. And then what about if we put the power in this side, follow that voltage and see. Let's go ground here and then on here. Do we get power into the board? We do. Can you see that? We get 19 volts. So there's definitely power coming into the board. Should we go over to the scope and do a bit of visual inspection? Yeah, I couldn't find any schematics for this specific board. So power comes in. How's the weather in the UK? Miserable. We've measured and ensured that we've got 19 volts. Now we need to try and work out where that goes. But I mean, looking at this here, can you tell where that goes? Like that's the screen cable, isn't it? That's for the LCD. Somebody says they see a burn. Where's that, Linux? We'll just do a quick visual inspection this side of the board and see if anything jumps out at us. Again, just having a visual inspection. Okay, so we have a short here. There we go. Okay, so we have a short, and we shouldn't have a short, I don't think. I think this MOSFET is gone. I could be wrong. I mean, we get 0.4 in voltage drop here, and then the output, I don't know if it's output or input, I'm not too sure. We get 4.8 ohms. So it could be low impedance, right? Considering how close it is to the CPU, could it just be low impedance? 4.7. Mine is my leads. We're saying 4 ohms. I don't know if that is a short. I think that could be something because it's near the CPU, guys, if I'm being serious. Am I right? Have we made the right call in thinking that? I think it could be a CPU coil. It just could be low resistance. It's not a short to ground. I guess the thing we're really looking for is that short to ground, right? 7.3. Okay, again, so I think that's going to be okay. Oh, okay. I mean, does that chip look a little bit darker over here to you guys? Just in this area. What's that? Ooh, what's this? I mean, that's corrosion. Let's just check and see if these lines are shorted. Yeah, it's all bridged. Maybe not these two, but these two are. Let's I'm going to give it a quick clean. But let's this is an IDE chip. Sorry, ITE. Everything else is fine. It's just here. How crazy is that? Let's give it a clean with a toothbrush and some IPA. How easy does it clean? That is the question. Because in an ideal situation, we obviously don't want this causing any further issues. So I might have to. I don't want to break the pins here, so I do have to be super cautious. I'm just going to try and scrape this off. Just checking to make sure that these pins are actually solid and not loose. God, imagine if it was that. Good little find. Plug it in and check it if it works. I will do in a second. I just want to make sure I get all of this stuff off. We didn't have a continuous path here, so I don't actually think this was bridged. Nonetheless, we get rid of it. Ready? Hopefully no pops or bangs. Nothing. We still get 0. We still get absolutely nothing. I'm just going to hold down the power button if it needs to do like any sort of reset or anything like that. Okay, do I get any heat on the cam? Nope. Nothing. Other than reflections, we don't get anything. Look at that. How cool is that? And that port is absolutely fine. Just as a bit of an FYI. Look at that. Let's take the board out. Do we have corrosion? You tell me, chat. With the naked eye, I see something up here. That is corrosion. Yes, there is corrosion. Is that the only corrosion that we have on the board is the question. Is that on the back? Yes. So look. So this is where we've got the ITE IC. Directly on the back of that is where we have this corrosion. So let's apply a little bit of IPA. Hopefully the components don't go disappearing. That could be more than possible though. Just scrape it off. That cap, I think that's a cap. Ooh. I mean, it doesn't like that heat. Look, if I put the heat into the board, it doesn't like that heat. Let's not go 450 degrees Celsius. We don't need that with this board. I'm just going to go 300 and see what's going on. If you were a dad, you would look like you would be a good one, by the way. I am a dad to a beautiful 18-month-old baby. I guess not necessarily a baby anymore. What age do they become toddlers, guys? I guess when they start toddling, Joey. You know, I never thought of it like that. Like nothing ever happened. Should we do a bit of measuring and see what we've got? This is a resistor. I'm just checking to see if we get anything on either side of it. We don't. So what's the resistance on this resistor? Do we get anything is the question. Yeah, so I mean, it's 7 mega ohms. That's really high for a resistor, guys. No. Come on, can I get a better connection? It's 2.3 mega ohms. All right, look at it. Look, can you see that? It's done. This resistor's gone, unfortunately. I mean, I didn't even do that hard. It's coming up as 0.006, which would indicate to me it's low impedance in diode mode. And we haven't got board schematics for this, no? What's that? What? Oh, was that the resistor? Yeah, it was. Okay, so this is 5 ohms, guys. So that could just be low impedance, right? Yeah, 6 ohms. That could just be low impedance. We might be okay there. Should we check this resistor as well? Because it's had a little bit of water damage on it. That's 4.6k. That seems more reasonable to me. And this resistor is also 4.6k. So that seems more solidifies that fact. What I'm going to do is quickly put some flux down and get rid of the corrosion on the board. If you're using high temperatures on your soldering iron like I am, this flux is really good. As you can see, it does the job nicely. I'm on about 420 at the moment, by the way, degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's annoying because I'm missing this resistor and I have no idea what the value of it is. And I can't find a schematic for this board in particular. We got a 3.8K, a 5.3K. Let's take the 5. Oh, it's a bit smaller, but it will do for now, right? Measure it out of circuit. I don't think it matters with resistors, does it? Oh, it wasn't even soldered on in the first place. That's a big blob. Flux, do your thing. That'll do for now. Make sure it's not going anywhere. This flux does clean up easy, hey? I put the totally incorrect amount of thermal paste. Did we fix this laptop with a resistor from a Nintendo Switch? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Will it? Boot. Post. Post being the correct term. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. I'm just going to press the power button. Power button is pressed. It's going to take time. These things take time. So a lot of people, I think, panic with laptops as well, right? Because they can take ages. This has had its whole brains taken out. So it's going to be like, what is going on? So we're just going to give it a minute. Just let it do its thing. It's been torn apart. Think about you like you've gone in for an operation. You need time to recover. Yeah? Exactly the same story here. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, it posted. I feel so giddy. Guys, claps for everybody, yeah? Not just me here. You guys as well. I'm the hands. You guys are the brains. Would I have been able to find it on my own? Eventually, but it probably would have taken me a lot longer. Well done. Well done. I'm super proud of you guys. Seriously. It was really, really good. This here is Joey after the live stream. And yeah, I've got Windows installed on the laptop. I've done all the driver updates. Wi-Fi works, everything else along those lines. The display driver wasn't included in the Windows update, so I had to get that separately. The brightness wasn't working previously, but it is now. The speakers work. Yeah, it's all good. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.